This is the East House. It is absolutely gorgeous. And they have a little, I think there's a little farm area out back. Oh, sorry, this is not the East House. This is the Center House. Oh, hey, we have a friend. Look, everyone. Say hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty. Hi, sweetie. Aw, I'm getting some lovin's. Hi, kitty, kitty. All right, so this is a center family dwelling. You can take a picture if you want to read it later. So it's just saying again that rather than have biological family members, Shaker men and women lived as brothers and sisters in Christ, and they would adopt other people, children, orphans, and then raise them in the Shaker way. Someone else getting some kitty lovins. All right. I want to go out the front. So we find the meeting house down here. We'll tell you some more. So, get a good picture of the front of the Center family house. Kind of wonder if they were all named because where they are, like the house is on the west, the Center house is here in the center, and I bet you the East family house is down the street here on the east side. That's a really gorgeous house. Again, 2 doors for the men and the women to live separately. They did believe that sex was a atrocity to God, so that's why they didn't have kids of their own. And then here's another house here. Hi, Camilo. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Carla. Can't remember what this house is. Someone just went in there. All right. So anyway, I'll tell you more. So in 1820, the meeting house had sounds of singing, stomping, and clapping that were heard. And Thomas Frezzi, who, let me post an image, has this book. You can buy this book, and it's in the chat. You can buy this book. He wrote a bunch of stuff about the stories of all the ghosts at Pleasant Hill. You can buy that book. So we are in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, a little south of Lexington. If you look it up on the map, you can see where I am. So Thomas Frezzi was a reenactor and Shaker singer who wrote this book, and oh, she's calling the cat. Oh, her name's Ada. Sweet kitty kitty. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So he wrote this book on the ghosts of Shaker Village. And he had gone here with another staff member, and while upstairs in the meeting house, he began vocalizing. He sang a form. He said a form appeared on a nearby bench and began to take human shape. Chilled, he left the building. Later, he discovered that the particular vocalization he was doing was used to call meetings. So obviously, he was calling a meeting, and the ghost went, "Hey, I need to go to this meeting," and showed up out of nowhere and kind of spooked him. Now, this is the ministry's workshop. And this provided space for men and women to collect as a ministry. So this would have been like their church, where they would have done these crazy Quaker Quaker moves, the whirling and the twirling and all that. I'm sure they would have left a good impression there. All right. Hi, Neola. Hi, Anne. All right. So throughout Pleasant Hill, staff and visitors alike have experienced the quiet, simple spirits of the Shakers. One of the more extraordinary experiences happened to a woman staying in one of the restored buildings. Early in the morning, she was awakened by a knock at her door. She heard a key turn, and a woman in a Shaker dress opened the door. She was carrying towels and set them down and slipped out of the room. The woman discovered that the towel she had used to clean her makeup off had been replaced by a towel. When she inquired with the staff, they said that they don't wear Shaker clothing. She reported that it sounded that the dryer had been also running all night. In Pleasant Hill, the Shakers still bow and bend in the spirit world with quiet simplicity. So, obviously, she had a nighttime visit from someone just trying to clean up. Oh, there goes the kitty. She's everywhere. I think she's following us. Now, this is a bathhouse for the Center family, way over there, because obviously they would not want the bathhouse near the main house because it was dirty. Thank you, Camille. Also, another good story here. 3 a.m., a woman felt a heaviness and saw a series of faces that she described as like a series of faces flash before her eyes, and uh, described it as watching an old movie reel. Obviously, that was not real, but it could have been a ghost or a series of ghosts. You never know. That's what I was just about to say, Dan. I was going to say maybe it's one of the Shakers following us and its spirit lives in the cat. I seriously was just thinking that, and I wasn't going to say anything, but you read my mind. Now, this is a gorgeous house here where they have events and they have a restaurant. I have not eaten here, but I have been inside. And they have festivals. And last time I was here with the kids, they had music and they had hay rides and all kinds of fun stuff going on. Thank you, Justin. Oh, here's the cat again. I bet you're right, Dan. I bet you it is Shaker following us, seeing what we're doing. This is the trustee's office. And I do have a story about the trustee's office. This is literally really super recent, from November 10th. So just this month. Okay. So someone here that actually works here works at the trustee's table, the restaurant in the Shaker Village. So in this building. So they were actually They were actually in the Tanyard house, which the Tanyard house has a lot of spooky things that go on. We'll talk about that in a minute. But well, actually, we'll talk about it now because there's a lot of stuff that goes on at the Tanyard house. But I think it's further down and around a corner, so we may not be able to actually go see it. So again, there's the trustee's house. So the Tanyard house was for the Tanners, obviously. And you can stay there as a place to stay overnight. Hi, Sue. And so this person who works here said it's crazy. We heard footsteps, lots of noises from upstairs. We heard a loud bang in the kitchen. We heard the footsteps loudest was when we were in the first bedroom upstairs. There's a hallway on the side of it and a small window you can see through in between. We were standing in the bedroom. The person I was with was talking, but I heard what I know for a fact was footsteps right beside us in the hallway. It was dark, but I didn't see anything through the little window. It is beautiful here, Carla. Yes, it is. Here, we'll go down here and I'll show you this little patch of farm they got over here with some veggies. Um, so he's saying the window sounded like heavy boots walking swiftly through the hallway. There was obviously no one else with them in the house at the time, and they were standing still. They explored the entire house, including the attic, and though nothing else happened while they were there, his legs were starting to shake, and there was definitely something otherworldly going on. So this is the farm, as they call it. The farm. And this is where they grow all their crops and where they've had events. And they had a little like pet the farm animal thing over here where my kids got to feed a bunch of goats and stuff. And a giant white turkey chased my dad, or attempted to chase my dad before they stopped him. Hi, Chloe. Now, one of the people at the wash houses, so we've seen a couple of wash houses, said that they were staying in the wash house over spring break. At night, I didn't get much sleep because I heard a muffle coming from the attic, and rocking chairs started to move. One day, when we came back from a tour around the property, some of the furniture was flipped upside down. Of course, you know, Shakers love to flip their furniture upside down and put them against the walls because they were minimalists. So this is a building of the East family. They were ranging from 60 to 100 members. Families were named for their geographic location relative to the meeting house. So you can take a picture of that if you want to read some more of that. High freezing picture of very pixelated when Beth moves. Think only me. I'm good here. It might be you. Try refreshing, Ellen. It might be me. Who knows? It says I have a really good signal though. But I can't. Okay, all good there. Okay, I can't. I don't know. It seems to be all good here. So, okay, working fine for you, Virginia. Yeah, I would just say, refresh. I really think this cat is one of these happening to you as well. All right, well, I'll try to hold still as much as possible, guys, if that's what's happening. I think this cat really is one of the Shakers following us. I mean, he's followed, or she has followed us the entire time. Now, also along with the tenured house, she's a guardian. Maybe, Stacy, maybe. Along with the tenured house, somebody said, we have a very active spirit named Polly. She's following me. Footsteps, doors opening, closing, rocking chairs moving all night. So, yeah, I agree. I think good signal for you, Becky. Guard cat, yes. She is just, look, here, let me turn around real quick. She's just sitting there in the middle of the road watching me. Does that not remind you of Harry Potter and the cat from Harry Potter, Ms. Norris? Like, she's watching me. All right, people have got to get pictures and like share later because I definitely need pictures of this cat. All right. So there's the other wash house for the Center family. or the East family. Sorry, we've passed the center. She might be hungry. I know the other lady was trying to call her. So there's that wash house for the East family. Oh, there's another cat. There might just be a bunch of cats around here. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty. Now that one's just spooked. Okay. Oh, it's chasing the other cat now. All right. So down here is the East family home. And you can see on the top of the building there it says 1817. So obviously that's when it was built. Of course, 2 doors for the men and women. And they would have had separate bedrooms, places to eat, dining rooms, places to sit and do embroidery, stuff like that. They've been totally separate except when they came together for worship. And both cats are now on the stairs. Alright, so we're going to go down here. I'm trying to find this tenured house to show you all. Is the village preserved as it was built or structured? No, they were actually preserved as it was built. Yeah. They just preserved them in place and, revamped them, kept them from falling apart. But yes, they are where they were built. I think this is a side door to this building. Yeah. Let's go see. Let's take a little adventure and go see what this building is. My mom actually did have an experience in a tenured house as well. When I was like a freshman in high school, she stayed there for a work convention. And she said they came back from the convention and they heard people walking around in the middle of the night. And then also another lady said that someone knocked on her, that my mom said that someone knocked on her door and then knocked on all of the doors down the hallway. And they looked out, of course, and saw no one. And another lady said she came out to go to the bathroom and she saw when she came back to her room, the rocking chair was rocking back and forth. And my map is not working. What state are we? We are in Kentucky in Harrodsburg, just south of Lexington, Ava. And there's our cat again, following us around. And they say the ghost in the tenured house is of Polly. And I did some research, and I think Polly, you're welcome, Ava. I think Polly was like a nurse of sorts. Let me show you. The interstate's right there, which is kind of sad. Someone coming out. So I think she was like a nurse of sorts. When in 1851 they had smallpox break out here, and so she would tend to all of her brothers and sisters who were sick, and she would go from house to house giving them water and try to make them feel better. And I'm sure eventually she contracted it as well. Um, so I'm guessing that's who it is, but you never know. Her name was Polly Haynes, I believe, or Hines, something like that. Hi, Hans from Bavaria. Wow, what time is it there? I can't even imagine. You know, walk down here. There's some more sheep. Question also, Becky, is this The original village would be moved around. I honestly, almost 100% believe this is the original village. I do not believe anything was moved around because it is a national historic site. If stuff was moved around, I'd be very surprised. I see some puppies. Look, a couple of sheepdogs taking care of the sheep and the goats. Hi, Beth from Florida. Thank you. So, this is the end of the line. Shaker lifestyle originated in the U.S. So it originated in the UK with who they called Mother Ann, or it was Ann Lee, and she, hi Kitty, she's still following, um, who came over from Manchester, England, and started spreading it around in New York. She created 19 different Shaker colonies, including this one in Kentucky. Sorry, probably missed it. How many people still live, work here now? So nobody lives or works here now. There are no Shakers. Sorry, I didn't mention that. There are no Shakers in the U.S. Except for one colony in Maine, and by a lake in Maine. Um, it is called. Hold on. Let me find the. I can never pronounce this. I'm gonna try. Let's see. Well, I can't find it. Hold on, just a second. I'm trying to find that name of that place they. Honestly, can't remember, but I know it's in Maine. It's by a thing in. Oh, I'll have to find it for y'all later. I can't find it right now. Sorry. Um, it's in Maine. If you look, thank you, Sue. Sabbath Day Lake. Thank you. I know I wrote it down, but I couldn't find it. There goes a kitty. She found a group of people. Um, thank you, Sue. So yeah, Sabbath Day Lake in Maine is the only place that has any quote Shakers left at all in the country. Most of the areas that they were are just now preserved as places that they can go. Never heard of Shakers. Yes, so they're an offshoot of Quakers. And so they would, at their religious meetings, they only have 2 members? Really, Becky? I thought they had like 20. Okay, well, that's news to me. Um, but they would do, they would speak in tongues, and they would twirl around, and they'd have their hands up in the air, and so they were called quaking Shakers, or shaking Quakers, whatever it was. um, I haven't actually not been around this side of the park yet, so this is interesting. We'll learn some more. Went to the Shaker Village Planning many years ago, but bought a small paperback cookbook. Ooh, that should be good. I'm sure they had plenty of good cooking ideas. But obviously, so this village was here from 1805 until 1910, and of course they died out in 1910 because they didn't marry, they didn't have kids of their own, and um, so they would adopt. And once you run out of people to adopt, well, you don't have a village anymore. So everybody dies out. So let's go see. And of course, the Civil War was here. Um, they were talking about going to a barbecue, about the Union Party, and being anti-slavery. And so, the Union soldiers would walk straight up that main road there, going wherever they were going, would pass through here, maybe spend the night. So maybe there are some Union soldiers still here. Who knows? This is the East family wash house. So it's actually a lot bigger than it looks. And you can stay here overnight. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining. Getting into some sun here. I wonder if we can peek in a window. You want to see if we can peek in a window? No, they got it covered over. It's been really scary if, a ghost had been like, boo, and looked at us through the other side of the window. That would have been creepy. I think they're definitely more active at night, obviously. Yes, so they are open for tours, Becky. It is $10, I believe, to go. No, it's $14 for adults, $10 for children to go into the actual buildings. You can go to any building you want. I believe it's 8 to 4 or 8 to 5, something like that. You can go in any building you want. If you just want to come walk around like we're doing, it is totally free. You don't even have to check in. You just come and walk. There's a bunch of trails. You can do kayaking and all that in the summer down the creek. You can do horse riding. Obviously, there's not much going on in the winter because it's just too cold. So you can see here, East Family area. Hi, Pamela. Sister shop, wash house, brethren shop, Cooper shop, and restrooms are that way. Woo! How do they earn money? So they made textiles. They sold their preserves, their butter. You know how you go and get like fresh butter and preserves and woolen mittens and that kind of stuff. That's what they would do. They would make stuff like that and sell it, sell wood, build stuff like they do now for other people and get paid for that. Is there a burial ground? That is a very good question. I honestly do not know if there's a burial ground here on site. They actually have 3,000 acres for this property. So I'm sure there, thank you, Ava. Yes. So I'm sure there is one somewhere, just not in our vicinity. This is the East Family's Brethren shop. I heard a horse. Did you hear a horse? Okay. Like, Kentucky's known for their horses, and horses are my favorite thing. So we're going to go see a horse. I know this is not Scary Tour anymore, and we're running out of time, but I'm having fun just showing y'all around because I haven't got to do this. I'll have to come back and stay the night and take y'all with me, and then we can see if we have a scary experience of our own. Do you hear them? Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. We're on the back side of the Center Family building. Who owns the animals? The park does. The Shaker Village Park owns them and takes care of them. Let me get a picture of them. Where are they? Can't see because the sun. Oh, there they are. Y'all see them? How gorgeous are they? So pretty. I think he saw us. Hi, pretty. There's a sign, don't feed the animals. Where'd they go? There they are. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave you here. I know it wasn't the biggest scary tour ever. The history